You're fired. No severance. You have a happy holidays, though.
Hey, welcome to the episode of the fucking century. Welcome everyone to Always Open. My name is Barbara Dunkelman, and I'm joined by some beautiful fucking people this week. First up,
Cross eyes will never not be funny.
Yeah. No.
I'm Blaine. Hello.
hello.
Oh, hi, I'm Grace.
You're supposed to brief her.
You're supposed to be cross-eyed,
I didn't
Grace.
tell
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, I forgot.
She's beautiful.
I don't know how to cross my eyes.
Wait, is that you trying to do it?
Yeah. That was me trying. Hi, it's me. It's Mariel. What's up?
The girl
How's
who
it going?
can't cross her eyes. Can you really not do it?
No, how do you do it?
You look down here and then you like trace your finger up.
Try looking at the tip of your nose, but
doing
open
it?
your eyes.
Am I doing it, Mr. Krabs?
Oh yeah, you are.
Am I doing it?
I was really good.
Whoa!
That was
I
like-
feel weird.
Does it hurt? Does your brain hurt now?
Well, my contacts are a little dry today, so I don't think that helped.
Oh.
So thanks for fucking me up.
I could do this thing where I cross my
Whoa.
eye and then,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
yeah, I'm probably gonna have some brain damage going forward.
There was a rumor going around grade school, and it was like in the second grade, that if you hit somebody in the back of the head
yeah.
when they're doing a silly face, their face would stay like that.
It would
Yeah.
freeze.
Yeah, and then some kid, my friend, was across the room making a silly face, and I ran across the room, slapped him on the face. My teacher was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Get back to your seat."
And that poor kid is stuck like this the whole
Yeah.
You'd know him if you see him.
Well, welcome, Grace.
Yay.
You're here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here.
It's about time.
I know.
We've been wanting to get you on the show basically since it started. So.
Well, you
Always
did
one
it.
of the dream guests.
Oh, well, I hope I don't disappoint.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to point out that everybody has classic names here. There's Barbara, Mariel, Grace. Those are like old-fashioned cool names. And Blaine. Sounds like a name that you say if you like somebody punch you in the gut or
Yeah.
I feel like Barbara and Grace fit that category.
Mariel,
For sure, but
maybe.
Mariel's
Mariel's
a weird name.
something. No, Mariel's like that's an old school name, I feel like.
Did you ever have growing up the jealousy of wanting like a more traditional? Like
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because I could never get like the personalized like license plate keychains and stuff. They never had Grace. I always wanted to be an Ashley or an Amanda.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have like cool signs at Hobby Lobby that say like, you know, worship,
Yeah.
prayer,
Yeah.
grace.
If I go to a church, I'm number one. But other than that,
I wonder what it felt like to be Beauty and Grace, because then it's just like,
Oh, yeah.
what do you mean? Like, am I not Beauty? Like Beauty and the Beast, but it's Beauty
oh
and
yeah,
Grace.
yeah, yeah.
Didn't get it.
Just a rough thing. I also remember I have a gift for you. If someone here could go run to my office, there is a box
Ooh.
full of stuff on my shelf. Come bring it back over to the set. If someone is free.
That sounds like the vaguest assignment.
I know.
There goes Eric.
Thank you, Eric. I'm sorry. Totally
I'm
meant
so
to-
curious to see what he comes up with. I hope he just
Yeah.
has no idea
I
where your
also
office
think I
is.
have like multiple boxes.
I was gonna say that sounds like it could be like a.
There's all the boxes.
Well, let's start off with our shot.
Okay.
This is Texas made us the shot. It has pineapple and
It's a three-legged monkey, pineapple, amaretto, and whiskey.
pineapple
Whoa.
amaretto whiskey. It's three-legged monkey.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
So shout out to you, Texas.
To Texas and to Grace. for
Yay.
joining us.
Yay.
Yay, Texas.
Oh, that's dangerously delicious.
Pineapples are good.
That's
That
really
is
good.
really yummy.
Wow.
That's Texas's nickname. Dangerously delicious.
Dangerously
DD.
delicious. Mr. Texas, the jack of all trades. He'll laser your hair off. He'll put it back on, and then he'll give you some eyebrows, and then he'll fucking make you a drink.
Yep. And do your makeup.
You are truly like the ideal husband.
Yeah. Yes.
It's true.
Single.
And he can cook.
What? You can cook.
Oh no.
Could you guys cook? Do you guys cook?
I've heated things up before. I've made cold things hot. Yeah. Which
I
is cooking,
specialize.
right?
Yeah.
I had frozen chicken nuggets last night, so
I had a frozen meal too.
yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Whenever I'm like having dinner with Trevor, I was like, what frozen meals you got at your house tonight? Because that's all I can really make.
Man.
You cook
I love to
too.
cook. Yes.
Oh, you're good
What's
at
your
meats.
specialty?
Meats.
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 What kind?
Make some meat steaks.
Steak.
Ooh, that seems difficult.
I love it. I don't know, man. I grew up in bumfuck nowhere of Texas, and my dad is a griller, and so he was just like, let's throw some steaks on the grill. And
Your dad's a gorilla?
yeah.
Oh, well.
I know.
Exactly
you
what
wouldn't know it, right? Like,
Yeah, wow.
don't really look too much like him.
Good for him, though. Wow.
Yeah.
He looks great.
Fucking
for
love meats,
being a
man.
girl. You have like the green egg,
I have a big green egg, yes.
which is like this
It's
What's
like
that?
special grill.
it's like a $1,000 grill / smoker.
Did Dr. Seuss make it?
Yes.
Do you do ribs and that kind of thing too?
I haven't yet, but you
Okay.
can.
That's cool.
I've yet to make a brisket. I want to make ribs, and then I'm going to bake a pizza on it.
Whoa, oh, that sounds amazing.
It's going to be a whole thing. Oh,
right.
we've got the
I
box.
got your box.
It's a mystery box.
Is this?
Okay, it's not the
Wow,
toaster. That's
it's wrapped in everything.
I thought you were going to be like,
Okay.
okay, it's not that box.
All right, so I was on your podcast a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which I think comes out right after this
I believe so. Yeah, it's coming out.
in December.
When we're filming this, it comes out basically
Wow.
like a little less than a week from this.
And you gave me a little note that says you would like some Barbara merch. And this is literally all the Barbara merch that I could possibly find
Oh
in
my
our warehouse.
God!
So
Really?
this is for you.
Thank you!
I meant to keep
Yay!
shipping it, and I was like, oh, she'll be here soon.
A
Oh
snake
my God.
pops out and bites everything. Like, wrong box, wrong box!
This is the weird initiation.
Snake.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I would do a haul with it, but I think they might waste everyone's time. Thank
Right.
you.
Of course. Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
felt-
awesome.
We felt bad because we apparently had been sending you stuff, but we had the wrong address listed for you.
Ooh.
So somebody has been getting.
Grace
I'll have to-
Helbig is like,
It's like weirded out, but also like thankful.
And if you can't get it in your bag, we'll just ship it to you.
Oh, I'll make it work.
Whatever
No
works.
worries.
I mean, you don't have to take the box unless the box is part of the gift.
It's not. It's not.
I mean, it's always really good to go through TSA at the airport with an already open cardboard box.
Yeah.
I love it. Especially if it's ticking or something.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. So we're going to move on to Cupidity, which is our icebreaker game. For those of you who don't know, this is a game where we've taken questions from OkCupid and we've just put them all on a list and we rapid fire them to each of you and get the truth. That's what we want.
Nothing but
The questions are
truth.
from OkCupid, meaning.
Like when you're creating your profile on
Oh,
OkCupid, there's
okay.
just like a slew of questions.
Got
to
it.
answer.
Funny aside, today, Christian, who's our AP, who's also our hype man over there, he was like, oh my God, I did it. And we're like, what do you mean? And he was like, I've answered every OkCupid question. And
Oh yeah,
I was
because
like,
he made a profile
yeah,
so he could.
that's how
grab
he
the
minds the
questions.
question. He literally
Oh.
just goes and he answers every single one of them. And so OkCupid literally was like, there are no more, you have answered all of our questions.
100%.
Oh, wait, so you can choose to answer as many or as little as you want.
Yeah, and he's
Okay.
answered every single question that they have now. So if you go to his dating profile, it's probably just like
Very
an
thorough.
encyclopedia of information.
Yeah.
Oh my
I would,
God.
I don't know if you would find that attractive or like, this guy's a psychopath.
Christian, have you got a date or do you update your thing or?
No dates yet.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
alright.
think he uses it for dates. He just uses it for
Yeah,
himself.
sure.
Right. But because we've been doing this segment for most of
seasons.
the show,
Yeah.
I think, right?
Since probably season 4, season 3 or season 4.
It's a good segment. I like it.
Yeah, it's
Well,
fun.
Blaine, you want to go first?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
The person next to me always goes first.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, I've selected
Well,
you
thanks.
specifically, my special boy. All right. I assume we're ready with our timer. All right. And go. How many dates does it take for a potential significant other to get a good sense of who you are as a person?
I'd say like 2.
Do you prefer to share food?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Imagine you are having sex with a partner who begins to give you specific instructions on how to best provide satisfaction. Assuming there is no danger, would you follow these instructions?
Oh yeah, sure.
Danger, could you send it?
Should your partner have the same taste in TV shows as you?
Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah, that'd be nice.
And then have you ever stolen anything from a partner?
Stolen something from a partner?
Yeah.
Not like meaning to. Maybe like a shirt or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Like an Xbox or.
Oh, God, no.
Like an identity.
Yeah.
Identity.
I'm also very curious as to what this question meant by danger.
Yeah, that one took a turn.
Probably like something with like,
Candles.
or yeah, so, yeah, I don't know.
Or like STDs.
Ooh.
Oh. Or like fisting you with
I really want to
chair.
give you my herpes. Would you take them?
Microbeads?
My herpes.
Oh.
Your hairpiece?
My hairpiece.
Your hairpiece.
I would really like to give that to you.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'll gladly
take it?
accept your hairpiece.
I read the story on Reddit the other day of this guy looking for legal advice because he was dating this girl who somehow got her neighbor's credit card information and ordered a bunch of stuff on Amazon.
Ooh.
Waited for it to arrive at the neighbor's house, grabbed it and put it in their basement, and then filed a report to Amazon that it didn't get received, and so they refunded the money.
Jeez.
And he's like, I don't know what to do because like I don't think this is right, and my girlfriend is doing something very illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Just like,
Yes, that might be grounds for breaking up.
Yeah, call the
yeah,
cops.
but also like, do you call the cops on her?
I
No.
don't know. I think you just probably tell them that they're fucking nuts and
And then if they don't stop, they'll call
or
the
like,
cops.
how do we redirect this creative problem-solving skill that you seem to have?
Can you try like a true crime podcast or something?
Yeah. All right, Grace,
Okay.
are you ready to go?
Yes.
Clear your
No pressure,
mind.
no pressure.
Okay.
All right, and go. Would you ever date or mess around with a good friend's ex?
Yeah.
Do you have faith in humanity?
Yeah.
Should partners know one another's passwords?
No.
How important do you think it is for people who are dating to share the same home country?
Not important.
Would you ever consider cutting a partner who asked for it in sexual play? Cutting?
Cutting? No.
That's where it gets dangerous.
I didn't read that question before the show, and I'm just like, cutting what? Cutting
Cutting
someone out?
Cutting
Christian, how
ties?
did you answer that question?
I believe I said no.
I said no.
Okay. That's, I mean, fair.
So you would date or mess around with a friend's ex?
Yeah. Depends on the scenario.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you go? Would you?
Probably not someone that, I think it would be someone that they dumped, not someone that dumped them.
Gotcha.
You know, if they got broken up with by that person, I wouldn't want
I think
anything
it also
to do.
depends on the length of time that has passed.
Yeah, that too.
Would
And
you
also
ask for
like,
permission?
I think I would. Yeah, I think it would be more of a conversation. And also just like kind of, I think you can all kind of gauge like how significant a relationship was to your friends.
Yeah.
And like whether it would compromise your own friendship with them. So I think it'd be like a case by case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've dated a couple people here and there, and whenever I find out someone has hooked up with them after we were dating, I'm just like, I feel kind of icky about it, but also like they're single.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Do
Yeah.
whatever they want.
Yeah, I've known people that have like hooked up with people that I've been with before that I'm just like, oh yeah, I ended that relationship, so I don't have any grounds to really feel that terrible about it.
And then you push them off a cliff.
Yeah, and then I just hold a grudge inside my emotional,
As you
tank
should,
forever.
honestly.
Yeah.
That's what
Sounds
fuels you.
healthy.
Yeah, it's real good.
I think that's called Eskimo buddies.
Is it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh.
You fuck the same person?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
Why is it called that?
I don't know.
I feel like it's gonna have some really bad origin story to that.
Well, I know that an Eskimo kiss is like the
nose.
nose, right? Maybe it's like dicks rubbing.
Can you only be Eskimo buddies if you're straight? Like if it's two dudes?
What-
No. Should we
Blaine
open?
and I were to sleep with the same person, we'd be Eskimo buddies?
Yeah,
Does
hell
that
yeah.
change?
Oh.
Oh.
I think you would be.
Fuck yeah.
That's it.
I mean, like a clit is just a really tiny penis.
Does that make you
I'm
uncomfortable?
just gonna be thinking about that now. Oh, it really is, isn't it?
Yeah, just a very underdeveloped penis.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Merle.
Oh, is it my turn?
It sure is.
Let's do it.
You're up, BB. All right, and go. Would you be willing to date a musician?
Sure.
What is the primary way to get your news?
My news? Twitter.
When you see someone at a party who isn't talking to anyone, what do you do?
Ignore them. Because it's usually me.
If someone you loved was banned from entering the country, what would you do?
Be sad, write a letter.
Have you ever cried during a movie?
Oh, okay. I am a habitual daily, monthly, weekly, hourly crier.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cry at everything.
Meryl has cried on this show before, too.
Oh, plenty of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you cried about most recently?
She got her ass kicked at a bar fight once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty tough.
Cry.
Like what?
What was the most recent thing I cried about?
I cried last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd you cry?
Have you ever seen the show Last Man on Earth?
I haven't seen it.
So there's a scene where someone has a heart attack and like everyone's like freaking out and they're just like on the gurney trying to like revive him. And anytime I see anything like that in a TV show or movie, I always picture someone I love in that
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
And I just start crying. I'm just like, I just can't stop. I can't stop picturing it now. It's just ruining everything.
I teared up. I was watching Force Awakens again, and when the X-Wings come in over the lake to Maz's castle, I was like, oh, God.
How many times do you think you've seen that movie alone?
I think in theaters it was like 9 times.
Oh, wow. So you.
So probably
So
like,
not many.
it's definitely in the upper teens, but it's still, God, those X-Wings get me every time.
People, now I have people send me things to cry to. Like,
On Twitter.
oh, hey, have you cried today? Like, here's this sad video, or here's this, like, usually it's not things that are, it's the most random things.
Happy
Like,
things are fun to cry
happy
over.
things.
Yeah,
it's mostly
yeah.
happy things.
Oh,
I don't like to
okay.
cry about sad things.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
X-Wings, that's fun to cry
X-Wings,
to.
I'll
Or like
cry
someone
about it all
being
day.
reunited with their
Yeah.
dog. or-
Yeah, and dogs are just a great thing to cry
People
to.
who
Oh,
send
yeah.
me like, oh, here's this old man crying about how his wife died. Like, don't fucking do that. Like,
no.
of course I'm gonna cry to that. I have a soul. Like,
Yeah, you have
but
empathy.
it's the little things that I start crying about that just don't make any sense.
Like some kid learning how to do something and then showing
yeah.
it to their parents or something. Like,
Yeah.
There was this great video of this guy skating. He's on a skateboard and he keeps on trying to land this trick or whatever. And this group of women come up to him and they're like, "That's where you're missing it. Like that's where you're missing it. You're not getting it right. Like hit that spot." And he keeps doing it and he keeps doing it until finally like he gets it and they all go crazy. And I was like, "Oh my god! Like it was just so encouraging. It's because of him. I mean, it's because of them that he got it."
How did these women know how to fix like a skateboarding trick?
They just knew with the power of love and encouragement that he could do it, and it's such a good video.
I love the
very
story of like,
sweet.
what was the last thing you cried at? And you start talking about some guy skateboarding. Where is this going?
Fucking sick all
Yeah.
It was. It really was.
Just at the top there.
Perfect. All right, are we ready? Okay, go. Do you like true crime shows, podcasts, books, etc.?
Oh, fuck
Of course,
yeah.
you're a woman. Is it easier for you to talk to people online or in person?
Online.
If the movie you want to watch is not for free on Amazon Prime, etc., whatever, do you pay for it or do you find another movie?
I pay for it.
That should not. That should be like, do you illegally download it?
Yeah.
Do you find that you're more open-minded after you visited somewhere new?
Yes.
Do you consider yourself financially responsible?
No.
Really?
Not always. I feel like I go back and forth. Like there's certain things I'm smart about, but other things where I'm like, oh, I want to get this new gadget because everyone else has it and I want to try it out.
Yeah.
Here's $200, and I'm just like, that was dumb. I should not have done that.
I bought these smart light bulbs for my apartment, and like now I'm like, you know, Alexa, turn the lights blue, and everything's blue, and I'm like, what a waste of money. So my whole apartment's blue, and it's pretty fucking
Good.
cool.
I was considering buying those. So
Do it.
that's
It's so
They're
cool.
worth it, actually. The Hue bulbs.
Yes, the Hue bulbs are great. I bought 2 dots during Black Friday, and I was like, oh, I can have one in my office, and
The
I can have it in
Amazon
my
Echo dots?
bedroom. Yeah. And I was like, it'll be like a poor man's surround sound. I can walk from one room to the other room and to the other room,
Yeah.
and then it's all playing. Then I realized it was overkill. My house is not that big. I do not need
I have a one-bedroom apartment, and I have 3. And
Do you really?
The bathroom, the living room, my bedroom.
I have Sonos and I do that. Yeah.
Nice.
And it does. I don't need it though. It's
You
unnecessary.
need it.
If I-
Treat yourself.
Yeah, treat yourself.
Sure. Okay.
I just need to
I'm
like,
good with it now.
I need to raise my voice like a decibel louder for the one in the living room to hear me from my bedroom, but I'm just like, no, I can just talk to the one in here.
Nice.
Do you activate whisper mode?
No, it creeps me out.
It's the creepiest
What's
thing.
whisper
whisper
mode?
mode?
So you could activate whisper mode on your Amazon Echo, and what you do is you go, like if you go up to her and you're like, Alexa, what's the weather? She'll go, it's currently 40 minutes.
Nope, I'm out.
Like she whispers back to it's essentially
ASMR.
if people are sleeping or whatever it is.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But if she starts whispering to you in the middle of the night, she's like, hey, you up? You want to hear a bedtime story?
It'd be better if you're like, Alexa, what's the weather? Ooh, wah!
You put out a fucking hilarious video yesterday with your new Hue bulbs.
Oh yeah, I did Christmas mode where all of them turned like red and green.
Oh, that's fun.
And what else? Didn't it like turn on the TV or play music, or was that just baked in?
I had the fireplace. Yeah, a lot of that was cheated. I had the fireplace thing on already.
Everything's a
Secrets.
lie.
Yeah,
Movie magic.
it's good times, good times. And I put a helmet, Darth Vader helmet on my tree. I like Star Wars.
Where did you end up finding your tree?
I'm learning.
Home Depot.
You did.
Yeah, I ran into Patrick while I was out there, and he was like, "What you doing?" Because I was staring at trees. I was like, "Fighting seasonal depression. How are you?"
Oh, we'll get to that in a little bit. Oh, drinks.
Thanks, Texas.
What amazing service.
Oh, yeah.
We touched hands.
Kind of your little box.
Oh, sorry, my treasure box.
Your treasures.
Oh, I'm
your
sorry.
treasures.
My treasures.
First, I forgot to bring it, then I got in your way. It's just a
All good.
perfect mix.
It's just a mess.
All right, so before we move on, I would like to say thank you to 23andMe for sponsoring this episode of Always Open. 23andMe is a personal genetics service that helps you understand what your DNA can tell you about you and your family history. Maybe you hate cilantro or twitch in your sleep. With 23andMe, you can see how your genetics influence your body and taste buds. A 23andMe DNA kit is a perfect gift of genetic discovery for your parents, your siblings, your aunts, your grandparents, and everyone else on your list. With 23andMe's Ancestry Composition Report, you could explore where your DNA is from out of 150 plus regions worldwide. You could discover the origins of your maternal and paternal ancestors and how they moved the world over thousands of years. We were actually just talking about this at lunch because we were talking about cilantro and how some people taste.
Oh yeah.
the,
Do you taste soap
soapiness.
or do you taste cilantro?
I just taste cilantro, but I also just don't
like it.
like cilantro.
How
okay.
dare you?
Yeah, I don't get the soapy taste. Do you get the soapy taste?
No, I get cilantro taste, but I don't. I think the only thing I would want it in is guacamole.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know that I would eat it like solo or need it as like.
Or like as a salad.
Yeah.
I know of someone who would put cilantro in their salad. It's just like, that is just
Expose them.
That's a monster.
This is a friend back home. They don't live here. Otherwise, I would. You could trace parts of your ancestry to a specific group of individuals from over 1,000 years ago. Now through December 25th, get 30% off any 23andMe kit. Order your DNA kit at 23andme.com/open. That's the number 23andme.com/open. 23andme.com/open. Enjoy.
Get that ancestry
Wink,
report.
wink. You have a bunch of brothers, right?
I do. Yeah. I have two. I have an older brother, older stepbrother, and a younger brother.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm the only girl.
It's full of bros.
Yeah. You same?
Yeah, I have two older brothers. I'm the youngest and the only girl.
I'm also the only girl. One brother older, one brother younger.
too.
Are you also the only girl?
Yeah.
Only girl. No, I have an older sister, but she might as well have been a brother. Because for a while there, every time she'd get near, she'd be like, "Hey, bro," and I'd be like, yeah, she was a bully, but
Did she beat you up?
Yeah, but like it's
Tough
just
love.
fun. Yeah, tough love. It's
Yeah.
What's the age difference?
great. She's 5 years my senior.
Okay.
Yeah, she's babies.
Oh.
I don't want kids, but I'm glad that she had them because.
Uncle Blurn.
Yeah, no, I'm Uncle Bubba actually.
Oh.
The more as time goes on, the more I don't want a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it would be the opposite. I thought I'd be like, oh, I'm getting older, so my women.
Your clock is ticking.
Yeah, my uterus is gonna start twitching, or whatever happens.
Cool, know that feel.
I don't know.
Yeah. Get a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get a dog. They're a lot of work. And then you realize like a kid's gonna be so much more
And just
work.
way more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, what if you screw them up? That's my biggest
I
fear.
would. That's
Same.
the problem.
I think I resign it that I'm just self-aware enough about my own selfishness.
Yeah.
To not have a child.
Dude, ditto.
Do any of your brothers have kids?
Yeah, my older brother did.
Oh, so you're good.
Exactly.
Yeah,
My
you just
parents are
swoop in.
fine. Like
Yeah.
they have grandchildren.
They've continued the genetic.
Yeah, our
traits.
beautiful seed has been continued.
The Helbig name shall reign.
I guess so. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with that though. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never feel like it's totally right for me. And especially now with like the climate change report that just came out, and knowing like just this world is
Dying.
a very scary place, especially in the near future. Maybe don't want to bring beings into it. I don't know.
Yeah.
No offense if you want to. You do you. Just keep them safe.
I'll just give him a dumb name
Recycle.
too, and then he just have a fucked up life.
Like what?
Gibson.
Bart or something.
Bart.
Wow, get fucked, Bart.
Sorry,
for
Barts.
watching this show.
I know what a good Barts. I like their name.
Yeah. As someone who grew up with the name Barbara, I feel you. A classic name, Barbara.
Barbara's a good name. It's dignified.
Strong name.
Yeah. Elegant.
You know what you're getting with the Barbara, right? With the Mariel, you're like, who's that bitch? I don't know anything about her. Barbara?
Can confirm. Don't know what you're getting with a Muriel. Still don't.
Still don't.
All right, well, let's move on to our first question of the show.
The name portion of the show.
The name portion. This question comes from Dana G, or Dana, I'm not sure. But Dana asks, how do you deal with creative burnout?
For me personally, if I'm having something that I need to like write, you know, like if I have a script coming up that I need to turn in, I use motivation. So I'll like buy myself a video game, and I'll place it in a very obvious spot in my apartment, and I just won't let myself play that game until it's done.
Wow.
Treats. You treat yourself.
Treats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Delayed
that's-
gratification.
Yeah, it's a treat yourself like your own pet. Like a reward system.
Who's a good blame?
You put like a cookie at the top of the refrigerator.
Yeah, I'm with that. I find that giving yourself permission to like recognize your burnout. My hardest thing is like fighting against acknowledging that I'm like having a creative block and just being like, I'm fine. Oh, thank you. And then having someone like this that delivers treats like
I
this.
know. Our master.
We tip him so well. Texas, I hope you never stop working here.
I'll be here. I actually stay here, and
At this diner?
Yeah, even when y'all all leave, I just stay here.
Oh.
And they turn the lights off, and I'm just like here.
You're like Max from Saved by the Bell. Yeah, I think like giving yourself permission to kind of like step away from whatever it is that you're supposed to be working on and like indulge in some other creative realm or even just like indulge. I watch terrible reality television and just let myself kind of binge that mind-numbingly, and then hoping that, you know, eventually my brain will come back around and want to actually now work on something.
Well, I like this question specifically for you because I know you took a little break from YouTube.
Yeah.
And you were very open about it, of just like needing some
Yeah,
time, right?
I think, and the response has been so overwhelmingly sweet and positive that I realized like, oh, being able to talk about it with other people and like people can relate to it in their, you know, different ways actually takes a lot of like the power out of the block. You know, it kind of like breaks it up a little bit to know that everyone's going through something like that in some course of their life. And it just like normalizes it. And so that's been really helpful to be like, oh, talking about it instead of, you know, just letting it sit and fester in your gut.
Yeah.
Was there, if you don't mind me asking you, was there like one specific thing that caused you to be like, I need to step away from this for a little bit?
I think I for like the past 2 years have been feeling just kind of crummy about what I was making, but just sort of going through the process because I've been so conditioned to like making videos and making content that I didn't know how to not do that and thought I would be really upset if I just stopped cold turkey. And I think with everyone that exists on the internet, there's kind of this inherent fear that if you stop, you're going to go away and everyone's going to forget about you.
Yeah.
Like every day I have that fear.
Yeah. And so you feel like if I took time for myself, that's being selfish and people will forget about me, so I have to somehow keep participating in the system even if it doesn't make me feel good. And so I think I just finally reached a breaking point where I was like, I'm just gonna be like crying badly in every video. And so, no one needs to see that.
Not good crying.
Welcome to my channel.
And it feels like I'm a prisoner in my own like creative world. And so
Yeah.
you have to think about like what would you want to watch if you weren't part of it is kind of how my creative process goes. And so I wouldn't want to watch a girl be miserable. I would tell her, take a break. Like, it'll be okay.
I can't imagine the amount of pressure because like here at Rooster Teeth, we have these shows that we do week to week. We have some opportunities to create our own content and come up with our own ideas and whatnot. But I can't imagine the pressure it takes to be like your own business and your own channel where like it's just the stuff you come up with all the time that you just film every day.
Sole creator on it, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of my close friends are content creators. So you have this kind of similar, you know, system of people that you work with that can relate on the same level of like
collaborate.
Yeah, you can collaborate even if you're not, you know, your own separate business identities, but you know exactly what each other are going through and you can kind of come up with ideas together and that sort of thing. But yeah, there is I envy a lot of like what you guys have going on here, that you have this inherent community amongst yourselves, because it is hard to be like an island of one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice thing. Like if one of us has to go on vacation or it needs to be out of the office for a certain amount of time, you don't feel guilty about it because there's
The other ones will step up.
life goes on without you.
Yeah.
You always know things are going to get done,
Yeah.
whether you're there or not.
So you mentioned like working from home a while ago, and like, God, just like that alone would be kind of rough for me, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a totally different mindset. At first, it was like the most fun thing ever. Because I did work in an office setting when I first graduated college, and I worked for like 3 months and then quit so I could wait tables to like audition and do comedy and that sort of thing. And I just really didn't like the office environment, and when I got a job or the opportunity to be able to like make videos from home, I was like, this is the greatest scenario. This is where I'm most comfortable and I'm least judged by like my peers. And I have all the resources to
Just
make
your dog
stuff.
judging.
Yeah, exactly. But then it becomes like really difficult to self-motivate after a while. And Hannah, Mamrie, and I all got an office space together for that exact reason.
That's awesome.
And then we never used it.
Yeah, really?
And we only last month had our 3-year lease run out. We haven't been in there in like a year and a half.
Are you going to start using it again, you think?
No, we got rid of it. It's
Oh, really?
off our hands now, but now we're ironically all at a place where we wish we had an office.
Yeah.
So.
It's always like you want what you can't have. Or
Yeah.
what you don't have, rather.
Grass
Or
is
you,
always greener.
yeah, and it seemed like this like easy bandage on like a bigger situation for all of us. Like, let's get an office space, then we'll all get motivated again. But then we realized like, we all have deeper stuff going on that maybe we should address instead of just pouring rent into this
No,
place.
just go here and everything will be
This will be
better.
fixed.
Sometimes it is, though, like a change of scenery that helps.
Oh,
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
for me, I have trouble working on creative things at my desk here at the office because I'm in the marketing office, so it is surrounded by a lot of like discussion about marketing things that we're doing or other projects that people are working on. So I have trouble of just like focusing in on what I'm working on in that office.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are your guys' like tools for working in an office space? Because I imagine that it gets a little monotonous at times. But I mean, you're also in a creative office, so there's a lot going on.
I leave. If I'm writing, I write off-site. My climbing gym has a loft upstairs, and you can oversee the rest of the gym. So you're watching people have fun. You're like, if I can finish this writing, I'll be able to go do that.
Yeah.
So I'm just
I like to find places that I usually stumble into them, places that I find that I'm the most productive. Like there's a coffee shop near my apartment where it's the perfect level of white noise. And I think that's how I work the most easily. If I'm in like my apartment by myself, it's no good.
Is it one of those
my brain wanders.
places where like it's just kind of like the tone it's supposed to be a quieter, like you're not talking with your friends really loud?
Yeah, it's kind of like
chill.
in the middle. It's not like a rowdy bar kind of place, but it's also not like a library.
Yeah.
So it's like that perfect level. And if I need to ever like just bang out a bunch of emails or work on something or write or even just read, I tend to go there. But creative burnout is difficult because things move so quickly here, and I have the exact same fear of you, whereas if you're not involved with the internet for like more than a week, you feel like people are going to forget about you or move on.
You'll be replaced or someone else will come along.
And it's the same thing with like wanting to tweet once a day or like do something on Instagram once a day, just to be like, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Don't forget about
I think Elle Mills had a very interesting take on her kind of creative burnout because she is so young. I think she's 19.
She's 19.
She's a YouTuber.
She's awesome.
So funny. She's like, I mean, she started in high school and she's barely out of high school, and
She's like an old soul, though.
Yeah.
She feels like she's so much wiser beyond her years.
Yeah.
And she was very upfront about it, and she was like, hey, I'm kind of losing my mind right now, and I don't know how to deal with all of this, and just kind of put all of that out there.
Especially when you're that young and like that's been your professional career until then.
I mean, and even then, like 19, and that's like her whole life, and she was just very upfront about it, and I think a lot of people were like, oh shit, like, take the time that you need for yourself. And
it wasn't upfront in a way that seemed manipulative of an audience. It was just very honest and genuine.
Honest,
it wasn't like, here's my clickbait, I'm losing my brain, like video.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
legitimately
she was like posting, she would post like calls of herself, like talking to friends and just being like, I don't know if I can do this, like, you know, like sobbing and like
very raw.
Very, very raw and very open. And it was just like, oh wow. Like,
I think that happens to everybody, like not even just in our industry, but just like everyone at some point who gets burnt out or just overwhelmed with what they're working on, but especially when you have a lot of eyes on what you're doing and a lot of attention with what you're doing. And you feel like you owe it to this audience to constantly produce and change things enough where it's fresh. And that's something I enjoy about doing this show, where a lot of podcasts tend to be week to week to week, but we allow ourselves to have a couple weeks off to kind of like recharge and also just like reevaluate the show and what we're doing and like come up with fresh things. And
because that's the other thing too, is that, you know, being online, it's very transparent when you're enjoying what you're doing or when you're forcing what you're doing. And so being able to kind of take the time to assess, like, do we like what we're doing right now? How do we like it again?
Do I still like Mariel? Should I get a new co-host?
should I move her on? What if I just put her to the side?
You're just behind the shelves over there.
Hey guys.
It may.
What's up?
Yeah, it's a difficult thing. And another thing that we were talking about before, which kind of has to do with burnout, is like seasonal depression. Of just getting in this funk around the time where, like, especially when the time change happens and everything is dark and colder and everything like that. I used to get it really bad when I was living in Canada because the sun would go down at like 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock there. And that's like when I would get out of school. And so it's like, cool. So I go to school in the morning when it's dark, and I come out of school when it's dark, and it's like 30 below zero.
Yeah.
That was your day.
And that was it.
Well, it's hard to find the motivation to do anything, right? Like when it's like you walk outside and it's like, it's midnight right now, I should be in bed. Like when the time change first happened, I remember I'd go home and it'd be like 6 o'clock, and it's like,
Day's done.
Yeah.
I'm to bed now.
Yeah, I went shopping yesterday for some Christmas stuff around, there's like some shops near the office here. And it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I was like, I'm gonna go shopping now, but it feels weird because it feels like I should be at home getting ready for bed, but also like it's just 7 o'clock. Like,
This happens every year. We should be used to
I
it.
know. You know,
It always catches us off guard.
I know. It's always so upsetting.
Yeah. Speaking of upsetting,
Oh.
Ooh.
this next question comes from Evan S. It's like Evanescence.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
It was Amy. What's her name? Amy Lee. I don't know who Amy something is the lead singer of Evanescence.
What? Oh.
That's
Yeah.
who wrote it. Bad
So
joke.
this is from Evan S. And Evan writes, what takes up too much of your time? Crying.
Crying and indecision.
Yeah. I think overly analyzing situations or like analyzing a situation that hasn't even happened yet.
Oh my God, what's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Oh, never mind.
I don't know anything about it. Do you think that you were
Neither
the
do I.
same?
No, I'm like the same way, but I'm a Pisces, and I don't think it fucking matters.
I'm a Cancer, so I'm like really motherly and like a homebody, and
I don't know
Is that
what
what that
any of
means?
these things mean. I think I'm a Taurus, though, which I thought was cool because it's like a big bull.
do you want to know the sign for
That was my contribution.
Cancer's sign is a crab
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
or the 69
Appropriate, because, you know.
Mine is a scale.
crabs.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Ooh.
fish.
Oh, fish is cool.
Yeah,
That's
but
cool.
you were saying.
Oh no, the thing that occupies too much of like my brain time,
Yeah.
my thinking time is definitely just like worry or doubt about things that like haven't even happened. Like I'm a person that like really values like certainty and like knowing what's gonna happen, knowing what's up next. And when something presents itself that like wasn't in my plan without even knowing that I had like a plan, it throws me off, and then it's like I'm fully distracted by worry.
Oh, I feel that, man.
Yeah.
What about you, Blaine?
Mine, it's a toss-up. Either procrastination.
Oh, yep.
Oh.
Because like I've had all-nighters of writing, and it's all just because I'm like, oh, I'll just watch this next YouTube video and this next YouTube video. That and probably like, as douchey as it sounds, like exercise.
You do exercise a lot.
Well, yeah, and it takes a fucking lot of time, just like getting to the gym, going through the whole process, showering and stuff like that. So, but that's a good thing though.
Yeah.
That's a good balance for your mental
Yeah.
health though.
And if it's something that you feel better after you do it, I think it's important.
Yeah.
You know.
But procrastination, you get nothing out of that. You just get wasted time.
For me, I'm kind of going a different route. I'm thinking like physical, actual time, not mentally, but just like actually in my life. Being on my phone and just like looking at social media.
And with the software update, when it tells you how many hours
Oh
you've been on
my
your
God,
phone
the
this
screen
week,
time. Yeah.
I
that
had
is such a personal attack. I hate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But since it came out, every time I get an update, it's like you were using like 40% less.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and
What's
so
your
I'm like,
average?
Oh, like I think it's like 6 hours. It's like something.
Okay,
it's
because
insane.
that's pretty high. Because I remember I got my report saying that like my average is like 5 hours. But I also have been traveling a lot lately. So like obviously when you're on like on
Yeah.
a plane, you're on your phone or whatever it is, or like waiting for something, you're on your phone. But I remember thinking like, holy fuck! Like out of the, 16 hours I'm awake or whatever it is, 5 of those I'm on my phone. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh my God, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 or 6 of them, like, I need to get that down.
Oh, Jesus. Mine's 3 hours, 3 minutes per day.
Yeah.
But it's like 9 hours and 33 minutes of social networking for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never get those minutes back.
Yeah. It's like you think about like what was I actually looking at?
Right.
Because every time I usually get home from work, I pull up my phone, I'm sit on my couch.
Yeah.
Just, like maybe I'll put something on TV, and I'll just be like on my phone, and I'm thinking like, it's been an hour since I got home, and I'm still on my phone. I'll just look at Twitter for another couple more minutes, or like.
Yeah,
it's
like
so
what
conditioned.
what are you waiting for? Like that's how I feel too, because I'll
Yeah.
pull up Twitter and I'm just like before I go to bed and looking through and I'm like, what? I get to this point, I'm like, what am I looking for? Like,
Yeah.
what am I going to see that's going to be like, okay, this is it. This is
Now
what I
time
need to
for
see
bed.
before I go.
Yeah.
I think the problem is I'm a weird completionist. So like if I have Instagram stories, I need to watch all of them.
Oh.
Which that takes up probably 4 out of the 5 hours.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And I'm just like, why am I doing this? Like, what am I learning from this?
Yeah.
But the other thing I think that takes up too much of my time in general is traveling. And like
okay.
you're probably similar because I know you travel a lot. But just the process of going to the airport, being at the airport, being on the plane,
Yeah.
being in a cab or an Uber on your way somewhere.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, when you think about travel, you're like, oh, okay, you go from point A to point B, but then there's like A, B, C, D
Yep.
to get to the airport, then A, B, C, D to get on your plane.
Fly
Yeah.
here, lay over here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then go over
Portals. Just want portals, you know?
Here. Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's nice.
You'll get those out. You won't get those hours back, but now you know, Blaine. Now you know what you can do with your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't be like me. Mine is my biggest time waster is indecision. I've been trying to decide on curtains for 3 weeks now.
Dude.
Jesus Christ.
It took me 2 weeks to find a tree because I was like, Amazon,
Same
oh,
here.
bad review.
Oh my God. Same.
I'm the complete
finally-
opposite.
Oh my, I can't do it.
I'm like, I need curtains. I'm gonna go to the store now, pick out curtains.
Yeah.
These look good, cool.
No.
Oh, damn.
I had to get the perfect tree. I waited 2 weeks to get the tree. It's usually an average of 2 weeks that I spend thinking about a single thing before I like commit.
How do you do Christmas presents for people?
I spend all of December just
A
crying.
bunch of IOUs. At some point in 2019, you will get a gift from me.
Yeah.
Usually I try
Still
to be,
thinking
like,
on it.
Yeah.
Try like be, especially when it comes to presents, I try to like be very cognizant of what people keep like repeating.
Yeah.
And like keep saying. Like I've been trying to drop a hint that I want a weighted blanket for my family. They're just like, oh, like a weighted blanket like would be cool. I don't know. Maybe I'll get myself one in the new year for my birthday. Maybe I don't know.
I definitely bought a weighted blanket for someone who wanted one. Who I hope doesn't watch this episode.
Oh.
I have one, and they're great.
Yeah.
It's like a hug.
Yeah, I tried one for the first time the other day, and they are really wonderful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Although when I was sleeping with one, I should prop my I need to like prop up my knees because I woke up and it's like someone was just like pressing on my knees the whole night. I was like,
Like, you just have locked
Bending
legs all
backwards.
night. Yeah.
Well, you could get different pounds, right?
Different
for it?
weights.
I got the heaviest one because I was like, I want a big hug.
I want a man sitting on me.
I think it varies by like your own weight. So you're supposed to do like 10% plus like 2 pounds.
So I did like
okay.
way more.
How
I'm just
much
like,
is it?
Yeah, how many pounds is it?
oh fuck.
The highest pound I,
can-
saw
can-
was 20.
Oh.
I think mine's like 30. It was like
my
one of the
God.
heavier ones.
It's hard to get out of bed in the
It's like-
morning.
No, it is seriously like doing bench press to get out of my bed.
Jesus, man. Why don't you just have someone lie on you? It's probably cheaper.
Yeah, dude, pay me like $5 a night.
Yeah.
I'm there.
I'm gonna see if I can find it in my orders.
Yeah, I've been trying to see if I would like it because the reason I got the idea was I was spending the night at my girlfriend's house and I was super cold because we were sleeping in like her guest bedroom and she was like, oh, okay, I'll give you blankets, and she gave me like her heaviest quilts and I was like, oh, I'm gonna hate this, and I was just like, oh,
Yeah. Hey.
what is this calm feeling over me?
I like
And then,
it.
so I went home and I was like, I'm gonna simulate the whole thing. So I have a bunch of shitty blankets on my side of on like my bed where I sleep, and it's just like, here's this light, and I sleep like this all night, and I'm just like, it's so cozy, I can't move.
I have just an extra blanket right by my feet that just like lies across my feet. And for some reason, like even that.
Oh yeah,
provides
same. I have the
extra
same
comfort.
thing. Yeah, there's something. My dog likes to lay like on my legs sometimes. I'm like, I don't mind this.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Are you guys like all done your Christmas shopping?
Fuck no.
Haven't started.
Okay.
No.
I
Yeah.
have my Christmas budget. That's ready to go. That's been
Okay,
ready.
cool.
Well, there you go.
I got my mom 2 gifts so far, and that's
What'd you
it.
get your mom? Moms are so hard to shop.
She wanted. She doesn't watch the show. Sorry.
Damn it.
She
Mrs. Gibbs.
she like hit me up and she was like, "Hey, these UGG boots are on sale today only. Get them. I want them." And I was like,
Oh,
"Hi."
That's great.
And then I got her an Echo because those have changed my life.
I got
There you
that
go.
for Trevor's parents.
Yeah, it's a really easy gift.
I'm going over to his house for Christmas, spending like the whole week there with his family, and he has like 2 sisters and a brother, and then his parents. And like I already know that they're getting gifts for me, and I was like, "What do you like? What does your family want? Like, what do your sisters
That's
like?"
always a hard-
And he's like, "Oh, you don't have to get them anything." I'm like, "I'm not gonna show up at your house."
That's rude for him to even say that.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta get them something. So I got his parents the Echo.
Yeah.
Because I have one and I fucking love it.
Yes.
It's kind of a slam dunk, yeah.
And then like usually just gift cards are like the easiest thing. I'm just like, here, I don't know what you like, so go buy something you like.
Yeah, yeah,
It's so funny with parents and like smart things. I was home for Thanksgiving, and I was like cooking something, and they have a Google thing. So it's like, okay, Google, like set a timer for 25 minutes. My mom was just like, "You can do that?"
Dude,
And I was like, "Mom, what do you use it for?" She was like, "I don't." She was like, "Your brother set it up, and I just don't."
It's just there.
Yeah. And I was like,
Yeah.
"You can listen to music with it." She was just like, "How?" And I was like, "You just ask it." And she was like, "Google." It's gonna be
Tell me a secret. Yeah. I love those smart home things. You know what else I like? And you know what I think is a great gift for everybody?
Segway.
Movement watches. Bam! There it
Take a
is.
second. It's blurry.
I got the same one as you,
Oh, do
but
you?
I
Wait, what are these? I don't know these.
Movement
Tell
watches?
me more.
They're some of my favorites.
That's very snazzy.
We all know and love Movement. Or except Grace, which we'll tell her about.
I'm
this
about to
episode.
be converted.
They're our favorite underdog success story. Founded on the belief that style shouldn't break the bank, they've sold over 1.5 million watches worldwide by bringing quality designs at fair prices. With Movement's versatile line of watches, glasses, and accessories, you'll be sure to find the perfect holiday gift this season. I love giving out movement watches for the holidays and special occasions. Maybe I'll get one for one of Trevor's sisters.
There you go.
They have so many awesome styles. You're sure to find something for even the pickiest person on your gift list. Movement watches are all about looking good while keeping it simple. They don't tell you how many steps you've taken or blow your wrist up with text messages. They're not overly intrusive on life with notifications, text messages, emails, etc.
Whoa.
They tell time like true classic timepieces should and look good doing it. Can confirm. I have like, I think 7 movement watches.
It's really hard
Just kidding
to
aside.
tell who they're dragging in that ad copy. I mean, god dang.
I know. Movement did all the hard work this season, so you wouldn't have to, and they made awesome gift boxes and packages. If you need help giving the perfect gift this season, but don't know where to start, I had a little bit of phlegm. The guys over at Movement Watches got your back. Get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/open. Movement's launching new styles on their site all the time, so check out their latest at movement.com. Go to movement.com/open and join the movement.
That's a nice slogan.
They whisper it.
Here's a fun secret. I consider myself a intelligent person. I would say
Okay.
I'm a pretty intelligent person.
That's generous.
Well, we'll allow it. I guess.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, never mind. Let me go fuck myself and go home. I struggle telling time with analog watches.
Do you really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like fun math.
I mean, I'm not one of the people who could just be like, it's this time.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta go,
Okay.
yeah.
Is that
Also,
is that like a normal?
I think that's totally normal. I'm the same way. I also am just so used to checking my phone
Same.
that
Yeah.
the few times I have worn a watch, it's a bracelet.
You're just
basically.
staring at it.
yeah. It takes me a while.
Got it.
Or
Like
someone
when you were
asked me
doing
what
that
time-
ad read, I was like, you won? Okay.
But it looks really nice.
Yeah, I love that one. It's got like a dual color on it, I
Yeah,
think,
it's
right?
almost like a
It's
silver,
got like
like a
gold and
rose
silver.
gold.
Yeah, it's cool.
Classic.
Cool.
I love it. Yeah, they got all. You should definitely check them out. They got all different colors and sunglasses. Me and my boyfriend wore the exact same sunglasses on our trip. They were both movement
Cute.
sunglasses. We didn't realize it until we got to the beach, and we're like, one of us is gonna have to change. All right, so just to wrap things up, we're gonna have a voicemail. We have a hotline that people could call in and ask their little questions.
That's so fun.
About things that they're experiencing, and then we'll go around and discuss and do our best to help.
I need to call the hotline and just order a pizza. And just, like a
We'll do
medium
it on the
cheese.
show.
We'll play it.
Hi, I'm Bree, and I'm 19. I have trouble with dating. I have pretty bad anxiety, and I have some dating apps, but I never go on dates because I'm either too nervous or too picky. And then when I meet someone in real life who I might like, I'm either too nervous to say anything, or I mess up by embarrassing myself. How do I not make a fool of myself and actually be able to go on dates? I need help.
Help me.
Girl,
She sounds so cute.
this is like,
Oh, genuine and nice, and also like this is a very normal problem.
yes.
Yeah.
Even,
Yes.
I mean, if not the most normal like online dating app user problem, I feel like.
Yeah, just in general, dating in general.
Yeah, no, it's one. I'm the same way, being picky, and also like if I go on a date, I feel like in person, I'm going to kind of clock right away whether I want to continue talking to this person, and then I get a guilt feeling of having to continue the date, even though I can tell right away like this is not going to work out.
I had a date one time, a Tinder date. This is like maybe 2 years ago, and it was with a guy who I had great conversation with, like via text. He was super funny. He was like not totally my type, but he was like cute. And I was like, oh, it's like he has a really great personality, so like
Yeah.
I could see past maybe the physical things I'm not too attracted to. And then I met him in person, and I was just like instantly like, oh, I'm not attracted to you, and like as much as I thought I would be. I am so sorry. Like I didn't tell him that either. Like we had a fun time, but I was just like, I can't see myself. I can't get past this. I don't know why.
It's not his fault he grew up on a helium farm. My big thing is like everybody gets the crazy jitters and stuff before a date.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean like I don't think I've seen any of my old Tinder dates that I didn't have a second date with like after our first date. If that makes sense. Meaning if the date doesn't go well, you're probably not gonna see that person.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless it's like
you
somebody
live
from
in a very small town.
A small town.
yeah, but like I rarely run into any like previous dates, so it's not a big deal.
Well, something that I take comfort in knowing is that while you're feeling anxious and have jitters and feeling like, oh, crazy anxiety about going on a date with someone or meeting someone, they're probably having the exact same feeling.
Yeah, totally.
And just knowing that like you're both nervous and like first dates are always uncomfortable because it's kind of like a job interview, like especially when you do them.
But for sex.
I mean, sometimes, but yeah, I think also if you get nervousness and anxiety and like to the point that you feel like you can't even put yourself out there, I feel like her just leaving this voicemail is like putting herself out there.
Yeah.
So it's like follow whatever that fear that you chose to say yes to make this phone call and ask those questions when you like meet someone online that you find interesting.
Yeah.
Like also like what you were saying, vetting them. I'm a big proponent of like having conversations, talking to someone on the phone, even FaceTiming with someone before I meet them in person.
Really?
Well, I always have this fear I'm going to be kidnapped at like every hour of the
See,
day.
I have the with Tinder especially or any dating app, I would do this thing where I wouldn't give them my number until I've met them in person. I would
Yeah.
only chat on
Through
the
the
app.
app.
Because like let's say we met and they were like a fucking psycho. Now they have my number.
Yeah, fair.
So I guess there's like two ways to go about it. Not saying that like everyone should follow that thing. It's just like me personally and my anxieties about
Well,
things.
you used
sense.
to do this fun thing when you were dating, and that I love. And I'm kind of disappointed now that Trevor came around, but whatever. Barb used to be like, "Hey guys, I'm going on this date. Here's where we're going. Here's
Yeah.
this guy's house." Like, and we had like a whole channel that was just called like it was like hashtag Barb's location.
Barb's location.
Yes.
I think I used it maybe 2 times.
Yeah, it was.
But
It
that's
wasn't
the right
used
way to do
often.
it.
Yeah, but it was just like, ooh, where's Barb at
Barb
tonight?
watch.
Yeah.
Barb watch. Yeah.
I've done that before. I've gone to my girlfriend's house, had drinks with her, and been like, I'm meeting this person at the bar, literally down the street from your house, purposely, so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know where I am, and I can retreat back here if
Yeah.
need be.
If there was ever a time I was going over, like if a date went well and it's like, oh, let's go back to your place and continue things, I would always tell someone where I was because I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
smart.
did just meet them, and I feel like I am a pretty good judge of character, but no one could be 100% sure. If
This is completely unrelated. Have you ever done that?
What?
Have you ever gone on a date and be like, I need to let someone know where I'm going?
Because you've been nervous that a girl's gonna kidnap you.
No, not
Yeah,
technically.
what's that like?
In your situation, I like that your friend lives very close by, so if the date's not going well, you're like, and then you see like a red laser dot go on their face.
Yeah.
Take the shot.
Take them out. Take them out. But I don't know. I mean, there's a difference between like I think women walk around like, oh, I could die today. I'm constantly under threat, and men are just
Yeah.
like, whatever. It's a Monday.
I would be interested to see what it's like on the other side.
Yeah.
Like being a dude and not being afraid of like once I get into my car, I lock the doors instantly.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I walk to my car with my keys between my fingers like this.
I do that too, and I'm like, I'm Wolverine.
Just for fun.
It sucked because there was like, it was the other night, and there was this girl at the grocery store. She was like cute and stuff like that. We didn't talk, no intention of talking. And then like I go out to the parking lot, and I happen to be nearby/behind her, and I was like, God, she thinks I'm just like following her to her car. So like, even though my car was like right there, I was just like beeline away.
I think it's.
Like, I'm
I mean,
sorry.
that's honestly, I think, a responsible thing to do. I think there's a lot of great. I mean, there's a lot of great people in the world, but I think guys who pay attention to that, like making people feel comfortable, like don't walk directly behind a girl who's
Social
walking home
cues.
alone.
Yeah.
Just like know certain things to make people feel comfortable, and I think there's some people who do that, like not following a girl to her car just because your car is close to it, like stuff like that. Being aware of how someone else might feel about a situation is important.
I read an awesome Reddit post last night, actually, where there was a woman on a train, and she was thanking some random stranger because this guy was just like, would not leave her alone. And some dude was like, Lauren, you going to the party later tonight? Hey, here's what Sarah said. And then on his phone, it was like, do you need help? And then she was like, type. And he was like, yeah, can you get him away? So that's cool.
Yeah,
If you want to
that's
step
really-
in and help somebody out there in an uncomfortable situation.
Just be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
But to go back to Bree, who called in, I feel like with dating and having that anxiety, you almost have to just be like, all right, I'm just gonna go into this, like set up a date. You never know who you're gonna meet. I would usually, if I felt a good feeling from a guy, I would be like, yeah, let's go get a drink or get coffee. I would never commit to something like a meal or a movie on the first date.
Open-ended, yeah.
Because it's something where you could just be like, let's grab a drink, and you could be like, oh, I actually have to go meet someone later, like, you know, thanks for hanging out or whatever. Not something where it's like you're in for an hour or 2 hours.
Yeah. She's
without
also
question.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, dating, no matter what, is awkward at 19. No one knows how to date at 19. So just trust that maybe you're going to get
Or
more
29.
comfortable. Yeah, dating, honestly, never gets easier.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes it's fun to just, before you go on a date, if you feel nervous, to imagine the absolute worst case scenario. Like, really fully imagine you shitting your pants in the restaurant that you're with this person, and, like, what would possibly happen from there, and really play that out in your head. And sometimes that alleviates, like, the anxiety, at least for me, just finding, like, the humor in, like, the worst possible thing. And then Mamrie and I always joke that, like, if the worst possible thing happens, I go back to New Jersey, I start a new life.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. So there's always a backup plan.
Now I'm curious, what is the worst thing that's happened to you on like a first date?
The worst thing that's happened? I honestly, I'm pretty particular about dating. I haven't, because I just hate dating, that I'm very, like, serial monogamous relationship type. And so I don't like, not to say, like, waste my time, but I'm
You're not like
pretty
a casual.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
let's
pretty
go on a date.
particular. I think the worst thing that's ever happened is, like, walk of shame before, in a way that was like, oh God, this is not what I wanted to happen. But also, there's no strings attached. So maybe this is a turnaround walk of pride moment.
Well, it could be an Uber of shame, you know, if you're feeling into it.
Yeah, my rating's still decent on Uber, so it worked out.
I think I found for me, I feel like the people that I've dated long term are people who I've just happened to meet or like have been in the same circle with and just like
Wasn't
kind of
forced.
fell into dating.
Yeah.
Which, not to say like you shouldn't go out and be on dating apps and try to like actually find someone to date, because I think there's no harm in that. But don't put too much pressure on yourself either.
Yeah.
Just like, it could happen when you least expect it, whether it's someone you go to school with or work with or a friend of a friend that you happen to meet. Or even just like if you're at a coffee shop and you start talking to somebody. And I think taking that pressure off yourself really helps alleviate that anxiety of like, I need to date now.
Have low expectations. Go for a fun time, expecting nothing to happen potentially afterwards.
And to shit your pants.
Yeah,
And-
expect to shit your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's hoping you or the other person shits their pants on the date.
And like go into things just being like, I just want to meet people. I just want to like, because that's what happened to me after my last relationship. It was the first time I had been single really ever, because I went from long-term relationship to long-term relationship to long-term relationship. And I was like, I just want to do me for a while before I start dating again. And so there was about a year and a half when I was single. And I was like, I just want to learn how to meet people. And how to be on these like, all the single ladies.
Look at you, Beyonce. Okay.
Yeah. So I think just like, you know, knowing it's like you time and just like, I'm just going to learn how to meet people, no strings attached, no like going and being like, I need to find a husband right now.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe you'll find a couple new restaurants you've never been to before, some cool meals, some good drinks, whatever. I mean, you're 19.
Yeah, unless you're in Canada.
Some cool coffee.
There you go.
Yeah.
Coffee shops will be your friend. Also, Bree sounded like a perfectly confident young woman. Like, that was a great voicemail. Even she might have been nervous, but we didn't know. So, yeah, she'll be
good
fun.
at tricking people.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Fake it till you make it.
And that's what dating is, just tricking people into thinking that you have your shit together.
Yeah. And on that note, I don't think there's any better way to end the show. Grace, thank you so much.
Oh,
for coming
thank
on.
you.
You're awesome.
This was super fun. Thanks for having me.
And we're going to do a post show right after this. So if you're a first member, you can watch that. If you're not a first member, you should sign up so you can see more of Grace and Blaine and Mariel, of course. They'll be there
you
too.
loser.
I'll be there as well. So sign up and we'll see you there. Guys, cheers.
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 See you next week.
Touch your glass in my glass.